Broadcasting from down on the bayou, it's the AverageMarks Pro Wrestling Podcast, a proud member of the Roar Network, powered by thegorillaposition.com. And now your hosts, Michael Leander and Patrick Fry.
And welcome to the AverageMarks Pro Wrestling Podcast, episode number 68. We are broadcasting live from the Collar and Elbow Studios. Check us out online, www.averagemarks.com. That's your central hub. You can check out every single podcasting platform we're on. But essentially, if you listen to it there, we're there. Places like iHeart, Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes here shortly, Google Play Podcast. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we are there. Just search AMP Pro Wrestling Podcast Network. AMP Pro Wrestling Podcast Network. There you're going to find other shows like Pro Wrestling Roundabout. You're going to find shows like WrestleCast. It's an awesome network, and we are proud to facilitate that. Again, check us out on social media at The Average Marks. Today's collar and elbow shirt is the Gene O Mania shirt. That's right. It's a red shirt. It says Mean Gene O Mania because WrestleMania right around the corner. We're stoked about that, so we got to throw Mean Gene a bone here with his shirt. And again, you can, why do I keep saying again? You can use our code at checkout, The Average Marks, one word, no spaces, The Average Marks, to get 10% off this shirt and everything you order there. They're always having sales, so you're going to get a great deal. 10% off will add on to that sale price at collarandelbowbrand.com. My name is Mikey O. Patrick has a weekend off. We have a special guest with us, Shawn. What's up, man?
Hello, hello.
Howdy-ho!
Howdy-ho!
All right, so yeah, we met at a Full Throttle event.
Yes.
You were helping set up the ring. We started talking wrestling. I was like, holy crap, this dude is a wealth of information. You got to come on the show one day.
Absolutely. And I thank you.
Yeah.
This is sick, man.
Yeah, exactly.
My heart is racing.
And the cool thing about your knowledge, you know a lot about, the feds and stuff like that, but you have a deep knowledge of the indie scene.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. You got so many interesting characters.
Yeah. The
charisma nowadays is off the charts, and that's how I just rate guys now. Is just, can you talk?
Yeah.
I love what you do in the ring, but man, give me a solid promo.
And we'll be talking about a solid promo that somebody cut in WWE later on in the show. Maybe the Viper. Maybe getting some interest back in his character. We'll talk about that. So here's a quick rundown. We're going to talk about The Undertaker. We're going to talk about some new signings for AEW, who we think should be in the first ever Heavyweight Championship match for AEW. We're going to hate on Ronda Rousey a little bit. I can't wait for that. We're going to talk about the top 5 indie stars out there that AEW, Impact, and WWE should be looking at to sign. Yes. We're going to talk about an indie guy who just ripped up his knee and is having a GoFundMe. So if you want to throw a little change to that.
Let's help our big dog.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to talk about Randy Orton and AJ. We're going to talk Rumor Mill, Cheap Heat, and a whole lot more. It's going to be a great show. Follow us on social media at The Average Marks, Twitter, Facebook. We're always putting content up there. If you're looking for the latest news, it's at our website, AverageMarks.com, on the news tab. All right, let's go ahead and get in this. The word is Undertaker. He's going to be returning.
He is.
Possibly for the Saudi Arabia show. Do we want to see that?
I don't.
Me neither.
I'm kind of worn out by it.
Like, this guy shows up one time a year,
once
maybe
a year.
2 times a year. He has no storyline behind him. I get that he's the Undertaker.
He's got the fans behind him, brother. He's
I mean, I get it when the music hits, the chills go down the spine.
Yeah.
But it's not the same.
It's not.
He's an old, broken down man, and I hate to say that because I love the Undertaker. I grew up with Taker.
Yeah.
All the different forms of Taker I loved. American Badass.
So
I loved
good.
him when he was regular Taker, when he came out with mascara wearing Taker at the very beginning. I loved them all, man. And I just hate to see. It's kind of like when, let's say Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Louisiana boy. So I always got to rep the boot.
Yeah.
So, even though he sucks now, and he doesn't have OBJ, I'm still going to pull for him.
Absolutely.
Because he's a Louisiana brethren, but your time has gone. Like, you're done, dude. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to walk off. Same thing with The Undertaker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I thought possibly we were done. And obviously he needs a WWE Legends contract to show up at their events for signings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make your money at these different events. Stop wrestling. You're going to end up hurting yourself. Look at Triple H. Triple H is in way better shape than The Undertaker, and he's snapping muscles. So I think the consensus is around here, we don't want to see Undertaker.
I feel like most people are worn out with it. It should have ended at WrestleMania with Roman, even though Roman wasn't, and he still is kind of public enemy number one, even after the whole cancer thing.
Yeah.
It should have ended at Mania. I'm sorry to say it. Like I said, love Taker, but it's kind of done. It's kind of been done.
The thing that befuddles me is that I don't know so much as if this is such a WWE thing. Obviously, it's the Saudi Prince
thing. Yeah.
And he's pushing for all these old stars. Because if you remember the first time they went there, they popped so hard for Randy Orton. And I was like, and it took me aback. I had to press pause. I was like, why are they popping this hard for Randy Orton? What is going on here? But they love all the old stars.
Oh, yeah.
So they're probably throwing a lot of money his way.
They have
obviously, if you're Taker, you can't turn it down.
Oh, no. Do you remember that first story that came out about the Saudi Prince? About who he wanted at the first Saudi show?
Who?
He wanted guys like Yokozuna, and he wanted Yokozuna.
You got to be kidding me.
He didn't know he was dead. He knows nothing about...
Bring in Abdullah the Butcher. We get everybody hepatitis C. I want him to bleed.
That just takes me back, because he is focused on...
Let me ask you this, Shawn.
Yeah.
If the Saudi Prince was going to pay you $5 million to get in a match with Abdullah the Butcher, and you know he was going to blade, would you do it?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I
don't think $5 million is enough to cover.
Yeah, $5 million is enough to kill your kidneys and liver and all the organs that you need to survive.
I know. That's terrible.
Oh, jeez. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no! I it's just he obviously has that old school.
We're stuck in a time warp.
Yeah. He's stuck in that old school. He wants the guys from the early '90s, brother. He's looking to have a good Hulkamania throwdown.
Yeah. Did he not watch the match between them and DX?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. Because obviously, if he saw that, he would say, "I do not want these guys."
Who is this?
That's not the Undertaker. Okay, moving on. Because I hate hating on Taker because I love the dude.
I do.
And all accounts, he's a great shoot dude as well.
Oh, yeah.
One of the guys, Hunter, that used to be on the show a while back, he was telling the story about, it was after an event, and they were going back to their hotel room, and his boy was like, dude, over at the bar, it's Taker. And he was like, oh, no. And he was such a big Taker mark, he was like, I got to go introduce myself. And he could tell that Undertaker didn't want to be, bothered.
Yeah.
He was just like, look, dude, I just did everything at the event. Why didn't you see me there? Kind of like when the guy was bagging on Pete Dunne.
Right.
Was it Pete Dunne?
I think so.
And then Pete Dunne said, dude, where were you when I was signing autographs where you were supposed to be? Man.
Yeah.
And he was like, now I'm with my child, and you're giving me grief, and I just want to punch you in your face now because I just want to be with my family.
Man, I've been on YouTube. All YouTube suggests me now are old shoot interviews.
Those are the best.
They are. And I caught this one from Hornswoggle was on, I think it was Kayfabe Commentaries. Oh. And he was talking about how he... and Punk, there's some of they're on a list somewhere of a-holes at airports. They don't want to take pictures. It was like, well, if you're at the airport, you know what show they're going to be at. You're obviously crazy enough to go and follow them down, or wherever they are, where they are, where they're going to be. Go to their show and ask for your autograph then, ask for a picture then. Don't stalk them 3 a.m. at the airport.
Right. Go help pay these dudes' salary. Go buy a ticket. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, if you love these guys enough, yeah, buy a ticket and get it at the show. But on the same token, a lot of these house shows, the only interaction that you may get is when they're walking up to the ring or leaving the ring.
That's true.
And when they're parking in the parking lot.
That's true.
A lot of times they don't have like booths set up or anything like that because these dudes are going to the next town.
Yeah, they're
so
just
they
ready to
pick up
cut
and
through.
run.
Right.
So I kind of get that too.
Yeah.
But it's got to get old.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get crazy old.
Oh,
I can't imagine. Like, I love, like, if it wasn't for my wife and kids, I would be a straight up hermit, dude. And being in the profession that I am, it's weird because, you know, you got to go do public appearances and stuff like that. And it's fine and dandy because I can get into character. You know, I can be Mikey O, but I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like being the center of attention.
Right.
Speaking of the center of attention, Allie just signed away from Impact.
She's amazing.
Yes, she is. And she went really high in our hottest woman in wrestling contest because of her all-American good looks. Not the hottest chick on the block, but a chick that you would want to put a ring on it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The demon
kind of
bunny.
Class. Huh?
I said the demon bunny. Like she's amazing.
Exactly. So she's going to AEW now. Great signing.
Oh, yeah. Great pickup.
They have a very strong women's division.
Oh,
and they're going to keep on adding to it because there's some great talent out there still waiting.
Amazing.
And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Do you have any women on your top 5 list?
I don't. I do. I would like to add a couple to my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And give me the Twisted Sisters. Holiday and now I can't remember.
Where are they wrestling at?
Everywhere.
Yeah?
Everywhere.
Man, you need to start dropping some names at Teddy.
I do.
Oh.
I already told him I want to see Bryson Scott on the next card.
Yes, Mr. Studtacular.
I love that man.
Yeah, him and another guy that's on your list.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw a video on Facebook of them having a match, I think, in San Antonio.
Yes.
Fantastic. They would bring the house down. But let's talk about that real quick. FTW coming to town here in Lake Charles. If you live in Texas, if you live in Louisiana, it is worth the drive. Former NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Tim Storm, and current FTW Heavyweight Champion.
Very nice, man.
Tim the Perfect Storm is going to be here. Other stars like T-Ray, who else? Corda Cajun.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is on the card that I saw? Adam Asher.
Yep.
APOC. I'm trying to visualize the flyer. Of course, the Southern Gentleman, Teddy Nall.
Oh, yes.
You know, you can't have a wrestling match in Lake Charles without the Southern Gentleman.
He lives the gimmick.
So
amazing, man.
So March 30th, into this month, Lake Charles Civic Center. Be there, be square. Check out Full Throttle Wrestling on Facebook and give them a like. And definitely come to the show. Come shake a hand with Shawn.
Yes.
Come shake a hand with Mikey O. We'll be there. All right, so Allie going to AEW. Let's talk about who we think deserves to be in the heavyweight title picture for the first match because they have some amazing talent.
They have really amazing talent.
Yes. I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's wait for that.
Okay.
See, this is why I need Patrick. I'm the guy that talks, and Patrick pretty much keeps the show together. Mm-hmm. So that's why we're kind of all over the board right now, Shawn.
Hey,
so don't judge me on that, man.
It's getting me comfortable. You know, I'm in that environment now.
So let's talk about other stars from Impact that we would love to see AEW sign.
LAX.
Yes.
I want to see LAX.
We're talking new
everywhere.
Or old LAX? Or both?
Both.
Okay, I got you. Because we want a concrete jungle match in AEW.
Yes. And make the Young Bucks bleed. No, I love the Bucks.
Go.
I love the Bucks. So, retract.
Okay, so LAX, I'll go next with one of mine. I will, and this pains me because I know the brothers just re-signed with Impact, but I would love to see OVE.
Yes.
The Chris brothers and Sami Callihan in there as well. Because
did you see the spoilers for next? It may have been next week, may have been last night. Fulton, Madman Fulton has joined OVE.
Really?
Yes.
So they're getting stronger.
They're getting stronger.
They're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the spit spot with Dave Chris
Yes.
and Tommy Dreamer?
Yes.
Oh, God. Like, my stomach is turning just thinking about it, to be honest with you. Oh, that was so nasty. I mean, cotton mouth like no other. One of the most solid loogies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the guy's a master loogier. But, yeah, I would love to see OVE go over there because I think Impact has dropped the ball with Sami Callihan.
Oh, yeah.
Sami Callihan was the biggest buzz in professional wrestling, and they just let it slowly burn out.
It's a shame.
It's a shame.
He's...
Because the guy, when you talk about cutting promos, Sami Callihan can cut a scorcher.
Amazing. They didn't do as bad as NXT did with Sami, but they dropped the ball on multiple occasions with Sami.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's talented. Oh, man, he can do hardcore matches like today's New Jack. Like, he is really he's so good.
Yeah. And he's so... Like, we were talking about this last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we as wrestling fans love to do, we love to suspend our disbelief.
Yes.
And he is so good at drawing you into his character to think he is such a scumbag.
Oh, yeah.
And that he is such an evil person.
Yes.
Who has no regard for other wrestlers' safety. Who will do anything to win a match. Who will personally harm you to get the job done. Which we all know is not the case.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's so good at making you believe that.
He's really amazing. The charisma with that guy is off the charts.
Yeah. Another Impact star you'd love to see him sign.
Oh, man.
Because I feel like Impact, they got a lot of great stars.
They do.
And don't get me wrong, the new management has done a great job in reviving the product of Impact.
Mm-hmm.
But the networks that they're on,
they're crushing it.
They're
not.
You're not giving a platform for these people to become the stars that they deserve. AEW, whenever they release, and we pretty much know it's a lock, they're going to be on one of the Turner networks.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have so much exposure. Who else deserves to be in AEW?
Man. Give me Rosemary. That Allie and Rosemary feud was amazing.
Right on.
I want something with Rosemary in AEW.
Yeah.
She's sick, man. I love everything. And Su Yung. Those two, their chemistry together, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What do you think about them working Disco Inferno back into some angles?
Man, Disco comes off on Twitter as a massive chode. So I can't get into him now.
Yeah.
I can't do it because wasn't he one of the guys to come out in like 2016, 2017? He was like, "Oh, women's wrestling isn't evolving. It's just getting it's pathetic." I'm like, "Oh, shut up, please. Oh, please stop."
Yeah.
So I can't get behind Disco right now, but hey, good for him. I like that skit that I saw. That the one where he's walking around backstage and doesn't know anybody. He walks up to the blonde guy and two long hair guys. "Hey, Cody Bucks, why don't you give me an AEW contract?" And they turn around and they're all, "Who are you?" I like that.
Yeah. Speaking of the whole Disco thing, what's his name? Glenn Cabradani?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hear you say Scarlett Bordeaux.
I haven't been watching much of Scarlett stuff.
Really?
The last I saw of Scarlett was like Ring of Honor, and then I see those clips every now and then that pop up on like Facebook or Twitter of her in Impact. I rarely watch her on Impact.
Wasn't her first gimmick like a rip-off Becky Lynch?
Yeah,
Like a poor woman's Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
What was the name of that wrestler? Was it Taylor?
Taylor Hendricks.
Yes.
And then she kind of buried her own career with the whole Jay Lethal situation. And I don't know what happened. She kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
It's sad.
So I'm a fan. I haven't seen Scarlett wrestle, but I heard that she's doing well in AAA wrestling down there. But I would say I'd love to see Brian Cage.
Yes, the machine.
Yeah, that dude is awesome.
He's amazing.
Yeah, and he loves hedgehogs.
That's
I mean, what else can you say?
beautiful. Great fun fact.
A guy that big, his favorite pet's a hedgehog. Come on. Forget about it. Great dude.
Fantastic.
He loves comics. He loves anime. He loves gaming.
He's an all-around giant nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
He's lovable.
Big old jacked up nerd.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Who would we like to see as the AEW Men's Heavyweight Championship match? Their first match for the belt. And do you think they need a tournament to build up to that? Or are there 2 stars? Obviously, I think I know 1 star that's obviously number 1 on the list that should be in the match. But do you think there should be a tournament, or do you think you just throw 2 guys in there?
I think they're going to throw Hangman and Pac in there for the titles.
Oh!
I think that's what's going to happen, because that's what they built up at the press conference was
Yes.
Hangman and Pac, and they were, there's going to be some title implication. I think that's what they're going to throw in
What
there.
if it's for the Dragon's Gate Championship?
That would lead me to question, is Hangman going to go to Japan? Mm-hmm. Is Hangman going to do some extracurricular stuff on the side, Yeah. And I love Hangman Page, and I would get into it immediately if he went through Dragon Gate.
Yeah.
But, all the implications were there, and I saw that as they're going to throw these guys in there. They're going to give them a heavyweight belt.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would, have Jericho and Omega do something with the heavyweight belt, because that would be amazing. Mm-hmm. But that would be taking their top stars, who are top stars, and Kenny's now a VP.
Yeah.
And putting the belt on him that doesn't look great right now. So I would absolutely push Hangman and Pac for the heavyweight titles.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and it would be a great match.
Oh yeah.
You gave me the knee-high socks. I was wearing the bow in my hair. As soon as Pac walked out in his gear,
Pac!
In his gear,
In full gear,
like full bottle of water already doused on him, like he's ready to go. Like I marked out like a little schoolgirl, bro.
Oh, me too. I was watching it on my phone, and I started screaming. Yes.
Now, here's where I think that I think a tournament would do well, because I think they love the New Japan style. So I think they're going to bring a lot of New Japan type stuff into it.
Yeah.
But give it their own twist, because obviously they don't want to be seen as a ripoff. So a tournament would work nice. I would love to see, and I'm on the verge of getting goosebumps when I say this. I would love to see Omega and Pac.
Dream.
Forget about it.
Dream match.
Yes.
Dream.
I would love to see that, but I also see, because the way Cody talks about Hangman, they may give him the belt first.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think they think a lot of him.
Oh, yeah.
And I think just what you were saying, it makes a lot of sense. If you put the strap right off the bat on one of your VPs, then it kind of seems
it seems like you're booking yourself.
We make the rules, so we're going to give us the belt. So that makes a lot of sense.
It would be a strong move, though. Kenny Omega is the biggest name in professional wrestling, but giving him the strap off the bat, as a VP, doesn't look the best.
Right.
So I think there will be, down the line, Kenny will have to get that heavyweight belt.
Yeah.
But
then I think if you do
there's gonna be a
tournament, to build it up to where people see Hangman as not just the lackey, as not just the hang around, as not just the guy that's riding the coattails of a Cody and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Semifinal match, him and Omega, and he takes out Omega to go beat Pac, whoever Pac beats. At whatever big show they're putting on. But yeah, both of those would be absolutely amazing. And I think maybe, like you said, if it's bad form to put the belt first on a VP, then even if it's Kenny and Pac, you have Pac go over, because obviously having Pac beat you doesn't tarnish
any of
your legacy.
I would let Pac beat me down hard. That sounded weird. That sounded like like a kink.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the hate on Ronda segment.
Sorry, Ronda.
No, I'm not. Oh. Screw Ronda Rousey. I've never been a fan of Ronda Rousey from the get-go. Okay, obviously when they signed her at the very beginning, I was like, oh my God.
Star power.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes.
Boom.
And I was thinking the way that they were going to book her was, because obviously you got Cena on the way out. You got a guy you're trying to push to the top of the mountain that nobody wants there in Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because he's got a great look.
Yeah.
He's a great dude.
Yeah.
His promo skills are something to be desired.
Yeah.
He can do better. But he's cut some great promos. Don't get me wrong. But then, who's going to take Cena's spot on Good Morning America? Who's going to take Cena's spot at the Teen Nick Awards and all that? Ronda freaking Rousey.
Ronda.
You make her a baby face that flips a switch right when she walks into the ring, and she's the UFC killer, and she totally terrorizes people in the ring with her moveset.
Yeah.
And then when she walks out the ring, she's a great person again.
Yep.
Because that's what it takes in real life to be a warrior in the octagon. You got to flip that switch.
Yeah,
and you're
a
totally different person.
But she comes out like a smiling idiot. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it was absolutely terrible. And I thought she would be a better actor than she is because you've seen her on different movies, and obviously her acting isn't. I mean, we're not saying she's going to win an award for it, but she was a decent actress.
Yeah.
And I thought that would translate well to the ring because she's already probably had some acting classes and she's done movies and she's been in front of the camera, learning lines.
I think it's the crowd. I think it'd be the live crowd playing to that live crowd she's never been in front of.
Yeah.
She probably still hasn't nailed down what they want to see from her and kind of gets in that mindset, Yeah. I think it's some sort of stage fright or something like that early on because when she was that face, that white meat, it wasn't working.
No.
Now she's kind of flipped it around, kind of wanting to be heel. Don't acknowledge the fans. Don't acknowledge the people around you booing you. Tell them to shut up. Get some heel heat.
Yeah. But she's going around. I think she's going about it the wrong way.
Oh, yeah. With this, kayfabe breaking. It's not kayfabe breaking. Everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly.
It's common knowledge now. Yeah. You're not breaking anyone's heart, darling.
Right. Like we know you can beat up all these girls. Like they're not trained UFC fighters.
Yeah.
They don't know jiu-jitsu. Like we get it. Like you don't have to tell us. And the fact that, she's saying that it's fake and everything like that. I mean, Vince McMahon already beat you to the punch.
20 years ago?
Yeah. Just like we said earlier, we want to suspend our disbelief and believe in your character.
Yeah.
We want to immerse ourselves into the product. And what you're doing is pushing us away.
It's bad.
Because you're poo-pooing on something that we're passionate about. I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't get a lot of this stuff that's coming out of WWE Creative.
I don't. I can't. I stopped trying to get it. They're just typing.
Yeah. And the WWE universe loves heels. They like to cheer for heels.
True. It's true.
The way that they're just stringing this whole thing out with Becky Lynch. I know I'm losing interest in it.
I am. It's kind of getting boring.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't want to give us what we want when we want it. I get that.
Yeah.
You make us wait for it, but you make us wait too long.
Oh, yeah. They kill it by the time. Yeah. They kill it.
And by the time that Becky does win the belt, it's going to be like, oh, okay. Well, Becky's got the belt now. Instead of, oh, my God! This is so amazing! You got... Becky Lynch is the biggest star in that company right now.
Absolutely.
Hands down. But it won't be that way very much longer because I can feel the steam coming out of it already. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's just me. You're saying it.
Yeah, it's dying down.
Patrick was saying it. Man, like, I understand you don't want the universe to, I guess, guide the product where it goes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to throw us a bone every once in a while.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, everything can't be a swerve. Everything, like kind of this Kofi situation.
It's so dumb. It's getting to points of ridiculousness.
Yeah.
I want them to have a plan, not just change week to week depending on how they feel.
Yeah.
Like, if they had something planned out in advance with this storyline, I'd be completely okay with it if they told me it was going somewhere today. If they text me right now, if WWE Creative text me right now, told me it was going somewhere, told me to just wait, I'll be like, okay, I'll wait.
Yeah.
But they don't have a plan.
No. No.
They're just going off week to week, and by the testimony of everybody, they just go week to week.
And as hot as the whole Kofi for champion thing is right now, you imagine if he got the belt, how much merch he would move?
So much.
Oh, it'd be crazy. And probably a person like Kofi, you're not paying him a really big percentage on the merch. So imagine how much money you would make as a company.
Amazing.
Forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
Just giving the people what they want. I mean, and he's been there for a long time. I don't know stuff behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. I heard it's been his attitude and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know what's keeping him away from it now.
Vince never felt like he was he debuted on ECW, on WWE's ECW. Vince never felt, any worse for those guys.
Right, and he loves the big body dudes. He loves the jacked up guys.
He falls in love with these guys, man.
Yeah.
How Sheamus keeps getting those pushes every 2 years is crazy.
Exactly.
Because from any other accounts, he's kind of an a-hole backstage. But I'm shooting, brother. But he's kind of a jerk. And I don't know. And supposedly he's kind of winding down his career. He's been injured a couple times, and good for him. He's been around for a really long time, just about the same as Kofi. But Kofi's not ready to retire yet.
Yeah,
Kofi is still going really strong, and he wants to get stronger.
Yeah,
and all you have to do is let him and the New Day have fun with this. That's all they want. They want to have fun with this. Give Kofi a run. It doesn't have to be long. You put the belt on him for a month. I don't care. Give him something. Exactly. Make these people happy.
But I think it all will change. When Vince. This is horrible to say. When Vince goes.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other night.
Because I think Triple H sees the value in smaller wrestlers.
Yeah.
Especially if they're red hot.
Oh yeah.
Like why is Finn Balor being wasted?
Oh my god, I feel so bad for
that man. Finn, do not resign.
I feel so bad for him, but I can't feel bad for him that much because he's getting all that money, and he's obviously staying there for some reason. They're promising him something down the line, maybe if that ever comes.
Said, it's his bank account.
It's that bank account.
He's like, well, the bank account still looks nice.
Yeah. But, man, is he super talented.
But when you're at that level, it's kind of like being LeBron.
Yeah.
Like you want something more. It's not just being in the WWE. Like, you want to be the guy. You want to be the top guy. Especially when you know you deserve to be the top guy. But you're being held back because of your physical makeup. Because you're a smaller dude.
That guy would make so much money on the independent scene. If he dropped his contract today, he could go to any local show and make bank.
Yeah.
Man. Bank.
Yeah.
He could sell out arenas, even if he didn't go anywhere like New Japan or All Elite, or if he stayed just on the independent scene, wherever he lived right now. If he stayed in Florida, he would make bank at Indy. This guy is such a draw. WWE didn't even know what they had when they signed him back then, man. And it's obvious now.
Yeah.
I mean, Triple H treated him right. Treated him really right in NXT, but, man, was he not ready for the step up?
Right, and most NXT stars aren't.
They're
they don't
not
know what
ready
to do
for
with
the
them.
step up.
Which makes me think, is it better to be an NXT lifer?
I got so depressed when they called up EC3 so early. I love EC3.
Yeah, and the thing with EC3, he's a body guy, so you know Vince loves him.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, creative doesn't know how to cultivate his character.
He's comedy. He's anything in between comedy and drama. This guy can do it all. Have you not watched Impact?
Yeah. Little history lesson.
He's amazing.
Go watch it.
He's amazing.
Go get on YouTube.
You don't even have to go get on Twitch. Go watch their 24-hour live stream. They have like 7 EC3 segments a day. Like,
right. This guy, I would equate him to John Cena. They're
yes.
not going to give you a 5-star match. The money is in their charisma.
Yeah.
And they just don't understand that.
They don't.
John Cena's lucky he grew in the industry in a different era.
Yeah.
Because they knew how to use charisma to get you over. Now,
yeah, they don't care.
it's like...
It's more politics now, I feel
exactly.
like. I feel like it's more politics now.
Yeah. And you hear all these guys that get like either let go or they get out of their contract in WWE, they're never happy there.
They're never.
It's like they always say it was like the worst time of my life. Like all the pressure, all the promises that were never kept. It sounds like a terrible place to work for. Unless you're one of the top guys.
Yeah.
Like
Unless,
Cena or Roman Reigns. Then I'm pretty sure they cater to your every need. Man. You know what I mean?
I do feel bad for those guys. So especially those guys like Ty Dillinger and TJP. Who just got released.
Yeah.
Like, man, they must be rolling in it now. Like,
I hope so.
I really hope so. Because both of them, super talented.
I remember when I was watching NXT, when I first got turned on to Ty Dillinger, he hardly ever won matches.
He did,
but yet he was so over.
He was extremely over. All you had to do was yell 10.
Exactly.
It's easy. It's an easy concept. What are WWE not understanding about how to keep guys over? You know, you get them over, you keep them over. You know, give them a shtick. I don't care.
But you know what? We're a special breed that we pay attention to the yellow brand because it is one of the best brands in the world right now.
It's so fun.
Hands down. But Ryan K. Bowman from the GorillaPosition.com the other day was talking about this on our live feed. He was saying, I don't know if the general WWE universe knows who these guys are. Because when Ricochet...
That's true.
And
Aleister.
And Aleister Black.
Yeah.
They're the two biggest stars right now in NXT, right?
And that
had the most promise. And crickets in WWE.
That's such a shame.
Screw you, Lafayette, by the way.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Come on,
you're making
all of Louisiana look bad. Don't you do that to me, okay?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But, like, who doesn't know who Ricochet is?
Who, in the past 4 years, that man has shocked the world.
Yeah.
To quote Adam Cole in his theme song.
Yeah.
In the past just 4 years, you don't even need to go any further than that. His stuff with Ospreay simply put him on the map.
Yeah.
His stuff in PWG with the Bucks and Kevin Owens and even, those guys put him on the map. I don't know how anybody can disregard, the younger indie guys coming in.
Yeah.
Because those are your future stars. So why are you harping on them because they work, at a smaller venue down the road than the one with bright lights? Like, why?
Yeah.
Those are going to be your heroes. Those are going to be your kids' heroes in a few years.
Unless WWE Creative gets involved.
Oh, yeah, then that's it. What are they going to have what storyline could they possibly have for Ricochet in 2 years?
They'll run him too.
Oh, yeah.
Just get your money while you can, Ricochet, and then go sign with AEW.
Do it.
You know what I mean? Like, get you like a 3-year contract, make that hella money, and then go to AEW and continue to make hella money.
Yes.
And you can't discount his matches as Prince Puma.
Yeah.
With Lucha Underground.
Great
stuff.
He works so many styles. Yeah. And that's the brilliant thing about him is he can work multiple styles.
Yeah.
That's why he adjusts so well to WWE styles.
Yeah, he's absolutely fantastic. Speaking of indie guys, let's get to it. Your top 5 indie stars that Impact, AEW, and WWE should be looking at right now.
Let me bust out the list.
The list?
I got the list. Okay, so I got some honorable mentions first of all. These are guys that had been signed already, and this one I told you Thursday night when I looked at my Facebook feed was my number 1 for this list, and it was Shane Strickland.
Yes.
It was Swerve. And that night, I looked at my phone. I got a notification from a group. It's like, oh, Swerve just got signed with Garza Jr. to WWE. I had to rework my whole list. So, honorable mentions, the guy that Impact have been kind of promoting the past couple weeks, Ace Austin.
Yes.
The guy's amazing. Right now, I think people are kind of looking at him like, oh, he's just a young guy. I don't get him. I don't get him right now.
Yeah.
Watch him. Okay?
Gotcha.
Guy's amazing. Jungle Boy, because he's AEW bound.
Right.
Darby Allin, I kept him off the list because he's been in I think he was in a Being the Elite skit, which kind of leads into an AEW maybe thing. And Sammy Guevara, because he's signed with AEW, and I love Sammy.
That dude's amazing.
I love his YouTube channel.
I haven't seen his YouTube channel.
It's mostly vlogs and, his weekly travels.
Yeah.
And it's really good editing, too. He's really funny.
Right on.
So, we'll go 5 and go down, okay? So, number 5 is Douglas James. Trained at Santino Bros. He's wrestled for Future Stars, PCW, Defy, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. He's been on TV quite a few times. Crash, APW, PWG, CZW. He recently just came back from a really bad hip injury.
Dang.
Just about a month ago. And
I would be scared to wrestle on CZW.
I would too. Jesus, that's terrifying.
Oh God.
But he's back, man. He's on fire.
Yeah.
And if nobody's heard that name before, don't worry. You're going to hear it in about a month or 2.
Google that man.
He's amazing. Number 4 is a guy we are very familiar with. Barrett Brown. Barrett Brown.
Go check out our interview, AverageMarks.com. Hit interviews. Well, I think interviews is under media. Hit media, then interviews. Barrett Brown's on there. Great cat. He has a wrestling ring in his house.
The guy is so loved around the southern region. Wait until it spreads into the rest of the states, into the rest of the world.
Now, I don't know what happened between him and ACH, but he always said ACH was the king of Texas wrestling. Mm-hmm. Now he's proclaiming himself as king. So I don't know if ACH, placed that title on him. I don't know.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Now I'll have to fix the caption, King of Texas Wrestling. If you do know that name and you're not too familiar with him, it's probably because you know about his huge showcase from NWA 70, which was amazing match. He's wrestled for Ring of Honor, Full Impact Pro, Evolve, and had some work with WWE. Like we already said, amazing talent, amazing workmanship.
Yes.
The guy is he's a modern day. I don't want to use Benoit in that situation. Maybe a younger Jericho.
Yes.
He's really technical.
Jericho's good.
He's really good. He can talk a great talk. And my last bullet point here is he deserves the praise he gets. He's really that good.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
There's a match. I don't know if it's on YouTube. I saw it on his Facebook with him and Pentagon Jr. Yes. Absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
So go check out Barrett Brown, 50 cal Barrett Brown. What else did I want to say about Barrett? Oh, he's been training a lot at the New Japan Dojo in Los Angeles. He's been there like 3 or 4 times now. They keep inviting him back.
I love it. I'd love to see him on a show.
And he's taking a lot of that knowledge and holding seminars, training seminars in Texas. So not only is he ready for his future, he's investing in another wrestler's future as well. So the guy loves the business.
He loves it. And you can tell, even, I see him on Facebook, his Facebook posts.
Yeah.
The guy is a saint, man. he's a saint.
Yes, he is. You're hitting everything on the head with Barrett Brown.
He's amazing.
He's the man.
The man. Okay, number 3 is he's the third Uso. He's the third man. Sefa Fatu. He's a Knox Pro grad, which is Samoan Dynasty territory. Current FSW champion as Future Stars of Wrestling. Extremely charismatic. Like I said, he is the third Uso brother.
Really?
He, Jimmy, and Jay look exactly alike.
Wow.
They're triplets, okay?
Maybe that's why the Usos are such Iron Man. This guy fills in.
This guy fills it in.
Breaks.
And he absolutely came public. It must have been more than maybe about 2 months ago. He wants to get in WWE and do a 6-man thing with maybe him, his brothers, the New Day.
Forget about it.
Be amazing. Like I said, he's an Uso, so he's got that Samoan blood. He is the nephew of the late Umaga. So he started trending earlier this week, about Monday. That's when I saw it pop up on my newsfeed. Armando Estrada came out of retirement to announce and manage this man in a match.
Oh, wow.
Armando came out, gave his whole shtick, and proclaimed the new face of the Samoan Dynasty.
Wow.
Sefa Fatu. I can't wait for this kid to just absolutely crush everyone's expectations.
Yeah.
He's going to, whether it's AEW, whether it's WWE with his brothers, he's amazing. And he's working the Uso gimmick on the indies, like that kind of thuggish, Uso penitentiary. He's so good at it, too. It's amazing.
Nice. Is there any footage like on YouTube of him?
Oh, everywhere.
I'm going to have to check it out.
Everywhere. Sefa Fatu is the name. I believe his real name is Joseph, though. You can find him at Joseph Fatu.
Okay.
Number 2 is Trey Miguel. He's already been on Impact, I believe, 2 or 3 times before with the Rascals, Zach Wentz, and Desmond Xavier. So the guy started training at 14. He's been around since 14. He's wrestled for places like Smash, Aero Lucha, Rockstar Pro, Wrestle Circus, and Southside. Now, and Impact, of course. 4 of the 6 promotions that I mentioned gave him title belts.
Wow.
He won title belts at 4 of those promotions. Like, he is no joke. Guy's a youngster, yes, but he is amazing. High-flying, charisma. Guy's got it all to be a star in the Indies, to be a star in AEW, to be a star in NXT. He's really amazing. Look out for him. Trey Miguel. And my number 1 is the current MLW Heavyweight Champion, Filthy Tom Lawler.
Nice.
Filthy Tom. Legit fighter with a tremendous wrestling talent. That's what people want. If that's not proof by Brock Lesnar and, even the people who do like Ronda Rousey and her crossover appeal, if that's not what the crossover fans want, I don't know what they want.
Right.
Tom Lawler is amazing. Wrestle, of course, for MLW, Game Changer, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Black Label, AEW. And his feud with Simon Gotch in 2018 really, I think that helped legitimize Simon Gotch for the indie scene. Because right after he left WWE, he kind of just lingered around on the indies. And then he got in this major thing with Tom Lawler, and he became an indie star. And now that, I guess that's why that video keeps popping up of him shooting on Enzo Amore in my goddamn recommendations. I'm so tired of it. But yeah, Filthy Tom Lawler's my number 1.
Yeah. And I tell you what, they're doing great stuff in MLW. They don't really get it, obviously, because they're on a small network. But they do host their shows on YouTube. So if you're missing out on MLW, go check it out for free on YouTube.
Free.
Man, low key, the way that they resurrected Simon Gotch, Filthy Tom Lawler. I would say one of the guys that I've been most impressed with in MLW, and I guess would be my number one indie guy. And I can't believe that AEW hasn't signed this dude yet. What's the Mexican promotion that MLW is associated with? Do you know?
I don't remember. Was it Crash?
I don't know. I thought it's like this long Mexican word. I can't remember. But they have a guy. You'll probably know who I'm talking about. Roosh.
Roosh
Roosh is amazing.
I think he's actually. I think he's Ring of Honor bound now.
Really?
Yeah, I think. I heard he may be signing a contract, or he may be signing a full contract. I don't know if they're going to go full time with him.
Yeah.
But he announced his whole Ring of Honor, debut thing a while back.
Homeboy deserves it. Sinclair Media's got deep pockets, so
absolutely.
They better be paying this dude because this guy's got the it factor. Not only does he look cool, he's got this great swagger in the ring.
Yes.
And I don't understand a word he's saying, but it's crazy believable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm on the Roosh train.
Yeah.
Love this dude.
Absolutely.
And you know what? A lot of people are crapping on Ring of Honor because they lost all their stars and they're giving up on the promotion. There's still a lot of great stars there, and now that they have Roosh, forget about it.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about I've loved about Ring of Honor is that they are resilient when they lose those bigger stars. They could just make more.
Yeah,
they have so many talented guys on the roster. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just this time in wrestling right now is amazing.
I'm going to have to go look that up because I would love him and Jay Lethal would be an amazing match.
Yes, absolutely.
Later on in the show, we're going to talk about Jay Lethal.
Absolutely.
In Cheap Heat, the whole David Starr promo, so stick around for that. Coming up here in a few minutes, we're going to have to let go our KEZM. Do you know we're on the AM here in Sulphur?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
That's
we're gonna have to let go our KEZM audience here in a few minutes, about 4 minutes. So stick with us. If you're listening to KEZM 1310, make sure you go to AverageMarks.com to get the rest of the show. The full show is going to be already up on our website. We still got coming up, we're going to talk about the Andrew Everett GoFundMe. We're going to talk about Randy and AJ. We got some rumor mill and some cheap heat coming. So news about Taker, news about Sting. Oh, I love me some Sting.
Oh, Sting.
Stinger Splash. We're going to talk about Angle and Corbin. And, of course, just like we said, we're going to talk about that whole David Starr Ring of Honor thing that's going on right now that's getting a lot of heat on the internet. But let's talk about Andrew Everett real quick. What happened to the guy and what's going on? When we're talking about indie stars.
Multiple knee injuries from what I hear. I didn't know how many there had been, but apparently this one knee he's already had surgery on 3 times before.
Wow.
It's been giving him trouble for, years. He tore another muscle in a knee, and he needs a new knee.
Golly.
So, yesterday and later on today, about noon, the boys are going live. And by the boys, I mean New Legacy Inc. fans. We're generally Twitch streaming community. And Andrew is a big dog around where we call him a big dog. And he's been a really, really good, friend of the community for years.
Yeah.
About 2 years now it's been. And we love to help these, we love to help these as long as we're friends, everybody's cool, We'll start a fundraiser for you. You need some help? Yeah, no problem. We got funds, man. We got funds.
Yeah.
New Legacy have a biannual charity stream for Canadian Cancer Society. And that always gets the best, the biggest, the most viewers. And, we got, major donations every stream. And these guys help out so much that they are the chunk of the money that goes to Canadian Cancer Society bi-yearly is from New Legacy Inc. Just streaming on Twitch. Just streaming.
Yeah.
Just having fun. Just playing video games with the boys.
Yeah.
Andrew Everett, he's a big dog, man. And he loves us. We love him. So He needs a new knee. We're going to get him a new knee. We raised about $4,000 yesterday.
Holy crap.
For Andrew. And we're going to do part 2 today.
Yeah.
Let's see how much we can get Andrew. Hopefully we can get him 3 new knees.
Yeah.
He needs it. We'll get him a robot knee. Make sure he can do 450s and 630s.
So if people are interested in contributing to this,
it's GoFundMe.com/Drew needs a knee.
Everybody needs a knee.
He needs a couple. He needs one on backup. He needs one on reserve.
Jeez, can people still wrestle with replaced knees?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Andrew is gonna. We're gonna make Andrew wrestle though.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure he's got a good enough knee to wrestle.
Nice. Get him one of those premium knees.
Yeah,
we're like value
we
knees.
said yesterday. We're gonna get him a robot knee. So we're just gonna replace his legs with robot legs, so he can just jump off the top rope and do like 1280s.
Jeez. Jumping from 13 stories.
Yeah. We're gonna make sure this guy is the future of wrestling for sure.
Right on. Well, go help that guy out right now. We're going to go ahead and say goodbye to our KEZMonline.com and our 1310 audiences right now. So you guys, if you want to hear the rest of the podcast, make sure you go to our website, AverageMarks.com. It is up there. We'll have the full show there as well. But we got time constraints right here. It's kind of like being on Fight TV.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have time constraints on Fight TV, but apparently you do. One of your biggest shows that you've ever put on, All In, and you tell them they got a time constraint?
That's crazy, man.
Like they got to rush a match?
That's crazy.
To get out of there in time? What is this? I don't get it. You push it back. Mm-hmm. You let the dudes wrestle.
Absolutely.
They want a 30-minute match. You give them a 30-minute match.
Absolutely.
Don't tell them they got 10 minutes.
And they made all that money for that event.
Yeah. Can you imagine how much Fight TV made off of this? And you're telling these guys,
crazy.
You got to cut it in 10. You got to cut it in 10. Screw Fight TV. All right, so we're out of here. Shawn, thank you for joining us.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. We're out of here.
You're welcome.
All right, we're back. We had to let those guys go. We're back on the podcast. Let's talk about Randy and AJ.
Man, I'm glad that they're finally pushing Randy for that main event spot. And he's been a main eventer for years. I understand that. But now I can see him as a main eventer. But I don't think I can buy this for a WrestleMania match. Like, I was expecting something huge. Yeah. If AJ was even going to be on the card, which I heard he was going to take less dates. I didn't know, what that would mean. It apparently entails, house shows only.
Yeah.
I didn't even know AJ was going to be on the card until this, Randy Orton thing kind of started building up. And we talked earlier about it, and we both kind of stopped buying into Randy Orton.
For years.
Because WWE wouldn't let us see him as a legit talent.
Yeah.
So why should we buy his crap?
Yeah.
Why should we buy that he's a snake man?
Like, why are you still paying this dude millions of dollars?
Yeah.
When Samoa Joe's making $800,000.
Oh, man.
Screw that.
Absolutely. I don't know. I can buy this as a SmackDown Live match. I don't know about a WrestleMania main event match, though. I don't know about it. I don't know.
You're thinking WrestleMania pre-show for this one? You put AJ Styles on the pre-show?
Absolutely not. Never would I put the phenomenal one on a pre-show. But I heard this thing from Mark Henry, apparently, is that this could be our WrestleMania main event, Randy and AJ. And
so not the three-way women's match.
I don't know.
I mean, come on.
Apparently, plans change, of course, and in Vince's little mind, things change. So Mark Henry, said this is a possibility. This could main event. This could end up being a main event. I just wanted to get some other thoughts about it. I don't know if I'm just the one going crazy here, but I don't see it as a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going that far.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be a WrestleMania match because it has AJ Styles in it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's absolutely phenomenal. But at the same time, like we were talking earlier, this has kind of resurrected my cold heart to Randy Orton because I've been done with him for years. Like, I've been wondering, why do they keep injecting this dude into storylines?
Mm-hmm.
He's boring. He's not, like, must-see TV anymore. it's like the guy's just coasting through the rest of his career and cashing major checks on your expense.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but I will say this, that promo that he cut.
It was absolutely amazing.
Was absolutely, you're right, amazing.
It was really good.
And that's the most fired up I've seen Orton in years.
Yeah.
And it was believable.
He cares.
And you could tell that, you know, and maybe there's some shoot to it as well.
Yeah.
Where AJ comes in, and all of a sudden the indie dude is the hottest person on SmackDown, but yet you've been taking, you know, WWE bumps since, you know, early 2000s and been a champion, and nobody cares about you anymore.
But what's that say about the current climate of professional wrestling right now?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And that comes to the point where AJ said, "Look around you. Look in the back. You're surrounded by indie talent."
Yeah.
But I think, because obviously Randy Orton is still a very talented wrestler, and the RKO can come from anywhere.
Oh, brother, you better watch out.
I almost fell out my chair. At the same time, I think AJ Styles could help renew a new storyline for Randy Orton and put him back into the main picture.
Absolutely.
Is that needed? I don't think so, because they've got so many wrestlers.
So many.
I think it's, you know, go ahead and retire, Randy. You made your money. Hopefully you did well in saving. It's time for some of these other young guys to start getting some storylines.
Absolutely.
That maybe aren't getting them because you're still around.
Andrade.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Just cleared my throat.
Now, I was surprised. I mean, we were all in awe that you would put Rey Mysterio and Andrade in a pre-show match. And they did well by him by putting him later on in the card and put him in a high-profile match. But at the same time, the disrespect. Not only for Rey, but for a young up-and-coming star like Andrade that you know could be a torchbearer for this company for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that he's knocking down Charlotte Flair.
Amazing.
You know, I got the 411 on that before it went public, dude.
Really?
Yes.
Sick.
A guy that is a friend of the show, because he didn't want to go public with it. And I wanted him to write something for the website. But that didn't happen. He knew. And he told me, I saw Zelina and Andrade come into this hotel in Lake Charles. They had just finished filming a ride-along that they're going to show right after WrestleMania.
Oh.
Yeah. And they came in. He checked in. She did not. Guy asked her, why did she not check in? You're not going to stay here? No, I'm going to New Orleans to party. I'll be back in Lake Charles tomorrow to do the show.
Just go and see old Tommy End.
Uh-oh. And Andrade comes down about 30 minutes later. Beautiful blonde walks in.
Woo!
He gets in the car. Guy makes reference to beautiful blonde. I think he just stole your car. Ha, 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 ha. She goes, no, he's just parking it for me. And then he realizes, oh, my God, this is Charlotte Flair.
That's
and then they go up
amazing.
to said room together.
Man, I need the 4-on-1. What is this with Becky and Seth, apparently?
What?
You haven't seen this yet?
No.
It's like, everywhere. It's been all over my newsfeed. Seth and Becky, possibly a couple.
Wow. Go ahead, Seth.
Yeah, for real.
Seth's a good-looking dude, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like he can make that happen. It's not like she's reaching on Seth or he's reaching on her. They're both beautiful people.
Yes, absolutely.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
What doesn't make sense is that how are you going to see each other? You're in separate shows.
Yeah.
How's that going to work? How's that going to work out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seems like you would want to date somebody on your own show.
Yeah.
Unless he's got the word, hey, when we switch over to Fox, you and Ronda are going over to SmackDown.
Ooh.
Huh?
I like that.
You like that?
I like that idea.
Okay.
Yes. I really like that.
I was just throwing that out there. Maybe he's like, you know what? I might as well just go ahead and make my move because I know it won't be long until I'm on SmackDown.
Yeah. And
then we'll be together all the time.
Man, I need more wrestling conspiracy theories.
Yes. So Randy and AJ, possibly, maybe, as Mark Henry was saying, a main event match at WrestleMania. Now, I'm with you. I could see this on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You can't, though. But I can't see this as a main event. Not when you have the Queen, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey on the card.
Right.
That has to be. Because like we were saying earlier, Becky is still your number one talent.
Still the best thing in the company.
Yeah.
Still.
I don't know. If this is the main event, I think it's a travesty.
Yeah.
If it's in the middle of WrestleMania, I'm fine with it. If it's at the front of WrestleMania, I'm sort of okay with it. But then I think
it's got AJ Styles
in the face a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But of course, WrestleMania is WrestleMania, and I'm pretty sure AJ would love to be anywhere in that card. Obviously, because it's the biggest show in wrestling history.
Yeah.
You know, everybody that gets on there, they don't care if they're on the pre-show. They're on WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're on WrestleMania.
But at the same time, it depends. They've done well starting the build-up. We'll have to see how they cultivate that build and if they just ruin it like everything else.
You know it.
Then it's a match that I could say like you,
right.
I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And if they don't do a great job of keeping this heat between the two wrestlers until WrestleMania, then I could leave it.
Yeah.
Be honest with you. Give AJ a break. Go let him go be with his 1,800 kids. You know what I mean? It's been a while since I've seen their dad. Let him go see Wendy, for God's sakes.
Wendy! Amazing.
All right, so rumor mill.
Oh, I've got one we don't have down.
What's that?
I'll tell you later because I forgot it.
Okay. It'll come back to you.
Yeah.
So we've already talked about, at the beginning of the show, Taker going back for the Saudi Arabia show because probably the prince is handing him tons of cash.
Yeah.
But speaking of Taker, the word is on the street. Sting says he would return for one more match against The Undertaker. Do you think that's the match at Saudi Arabia? Because obviously the Prince is locked into this time vacuum.
Yeah.
He would love to have Sting.
Do you think the Prince would have watched WCW in the 90s?
Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. WCW in the 90s was amazing.
You think so? Okay. I'll buy it. I'll buy into it. If it's Sting and Undertaker at Saudi, in Saudi, I'll buy into it.
How old are you, Shawn?
I just turned 20.
Okay. So you're extremely young.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, that was my heyday.
Yeah.
As you can see from the gray in the beard.
Oh, it's nice.
I jumped ship from the WWF to the WCW. They had me hook, line, and sinker. As soon as the Outsiders came,
understandable.
Give me some WCW.
Understandable.
And then Goldberg, forget about it. Like, I love me some WCW. Now, on the commercial breaks, I would flip back and see hopefully Stone Cold's on there or Mankind or whatever. But if they weren't, you know, I was right back in 2 minutes back to WCW. Yeah. And I think most people were in the 90s, too. Obviously, at first, when the Monday Night War started, a lot of people watching WCW. I'm thinking this might be a thing.
If it's with Sting, I'm in. If it's Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels or Triple H again or
Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Bring back Scott Hall who can barely walk.
Hey, yo. Let's get him back in, brother.
Yeah. I think this has the possibility of being a terrible matchup.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if the old Stinger has been keeping himself in ring form ever since he took that turnbuckle bomb from Seth freaking Rollins. Thanks a lot, Seth. We finally got Sting in the WWE. And then a turnbuckle bomb. And he says it's not Seth's fault.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Seth hurt so many dudes.
Yeah.
He's kind of reckless. We've had this talk. Patrick doesn't think he's reckless, but Finn came up for his big push, hurt Finn, hurt Sting. For a long time, they said you can't curb stomp people because you're not safe when you do it.
I think Seth is still kind of working his indie style.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. And WWE's always, you got to work our style. We have a particular style. You got to work our style. And their style is just safer.
Yeah.
I mean, but right now it's about showman.
Right.
That's what the company needs right now is showman, because there's nothing else hooking. The stories aren't hooking. It's the talent right now.
Yeah.
It's not the stories. It's barely the promos.
Exactly. There's only a few people in WWE that can cut good promos.
Yeah.
Only a handful. And the rest of them, it's like, I know, as big of a company as they is, I know, hearing from Impact stars, they have acting coaches.
Oh, yeah.
WWE has to have acting coaches.
They have to.
It can't just be other wrestlers, like old-timers, teaching them how to promo. Which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. If you got Dusty Rhodes telling you how to cut a promo, like from our interview from Carmella, she says that was her biggest takeaway from NXT and her time with Dusty was promos.
Yeah.
He was a promo genius.
Who would they have backstage who would be able to do that right now? Like,
obviously Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
But he's working in NXT, so I don't know how much he's with WWE.
Who would be with them, though? Like,
Arn's gone.
Yeah, Arn's gone. Jeez.
Thanks a lot, Alicia Fox, you drunk mother...
For real. Okay, that's what I don't get, is how do, guys like... And that happened to JR in 2014 when Ric Flair showed up to that WWE 2K14 thing. And JR got fired, but Rick was fine, and he's the one that showed up absolutely plastered.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Do you just hold these people? Okay, you're responsible for everything they do. Make sure they don't consume anything without your permission.
Yeah.
That's
at the same time, though, when you're a member of management, you're trusted to make good judgment calls.
Yeah.
And I think it's not so much because obviously everybody knows she's a drunk. It's not the fact that he didn't condemn her for being a drunk. I think the fact that they had the most problem with was the fact that he let her wrestle another performer drunk that most likely she didn't have the capacity to protect in the ring. Right? Obviously, slower reaction times. She's not going to be sharp.
Yeah.
She's not in her right frame of mind.
That's understandable.
But apparently, speaking of Arn, Conrad and Arn just signed up with a copyright with the federal government for the Four Horsemen. Could we see, and this broke on AverageMarks.com news tab, could we see a new Four Horsemen stable in the AEW?
Oh, that'd be sick.
And who would be in it? Would it have to be some second generational stars?
I'm thinking Cody's the first member.
Oh, most definitely.
I don't know who else would be in. Let's see. They get Ted Jr.
Yeah.
DiBiase Jr. Bring him in.
I mean, are the Four Horsemen going to be the Elite?
Yeah. Ooh, Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, God bless Tessa. She is such an animal.
She is.
Like, you catch her on the wrong side and she looks just like a man, but I tell you what, that lady can wrestle. And the fact that she chose Impact over WWE blows my mind.
Yeah.
Obviously, because she knew they couldn't do right by her.
She would have a good year and a half in NXT. And then
and then nothing. She'd be a mid-carder.
Yeah.
But any woman that can military press a dude, forget about it. Have you seen her work on WoW yet?
I haven't.
Awesome stuff. They got this girl on WoW called the Beast. She's an absolute beast.
Man.
I don't know if her and Tessa have locked up yet, but the last thing I saw, they were face-to-face. And like 300 refs had to pull them apart.
I'm in. Gonna check it out.
Yeah. WoW has got it going on. But yeah, I would hope that if Taker's going to take on Sting at the Saudi Arabia show, please keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Don't put it
in the dirt sheets.
Yeah, don't put it on the dirt sheets. Don't let it get out. Let it be a total surprise when we hear the crow call and then his music hits.
Absolutely.
Who goes to the ring first? Would Taker come to the ring first? Or would Sting go to the ring first? I guess you would have to set it up where Taker would come first, and then there'd be a long silence, and you're like, oh, who's going to fight? You know? And then Sting's music drops, and he repels from the ceiling, like in WCW.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be beyond sick.
Yeah. So I hope that happens, and I hope that is what's going on.
Yes.
Because Taker, let's be honest, he doesn't have too many matches left in him.
That's true.
I mean, I think, the competitor that he is, he thinks he has tons of more.
I think WWE owe him matches at this point. Like.
Exactly. Yeah. Taker, who do you want to fight?
Yeah.
Type thing. All right, so another thing that we're seeing in the rumor mill is that Becky Lynch is saying that WWE is telling her to take it easy on Ronda and Travis because she's going too hard on them. Man. They can't take it. They're actually getting shoot mad.
Why did Ronda even...
And you know what? And that seems to be coming out on a lot of her video vlogs that she's doing on YouTube. She's a vile person on YouTube. Like, I don't like this heel character that she's creating because she had the opportunity to be such a hero and such a role model, not only for young women, but for just people in general. Where she came from to get to where she is now. And the fact that she's a jiu-jitsu champion and Olympic champion and all this other stuff. And, like, just to be this vile human being that's just being, like, vile to be vile, I don't get it. Like, there's no reason or rhyme to it.
I have been hearing, people would have wanted Ronda to come in as a heel.
Yeah, it would have been better to come in as a heel.
It would have been better. I also think she could have pulled like a tweener thing, like what you were saying, a switch flips,
right?
Instead of calling people names and getting real butthurt about people shooting on you, or like.
And to me, I don't know. Call me old school. But a woman with an extremely filthy mouth is unbecoming to me. Yeah. And it's really turning me off. And like I said, I didn't like her before, and I sure as heck don't like what's going on now.
That's fair.
But yeah, they said turn down the heat, Becky. They can't take the smack. And we've seen that like on Twitter, where they go back and forth on Twitter.
Oh, it's
Becky
amazing.
is such a wordsmith on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Like, she can talk great smack.
Oh yeah.
When she doesn't have the constraints of a PG program, she can bring it. And you can tell Ronda's game is severely lacking on the smack talk.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe it's getting to the point where Ronda is confusing storyline in real life. I don't know. I think you got to have a little more thick skin. Like, you're in a program with this girl, right?
Fought in the UFC for 2 years.
Yeah.
And anybody who knows UFC, there's trash talk all up until the fight. Do you take that personally?
Yeah.
Like, does she look at those and like, oh my God, I'm such a horrible human being? Like, no, you don't take it personally. Like, it's trash talk.
Yeah.
Treat it as trash talk.
Right.
Give her some back.
Yeah. It's trash talk in the context of it's a work.
It's a work.
It's for your job. I don't get it.
Oh, yeah, that other rumor we were coming around to was apparently Alberto Del Rio has apologized to Triple H and says the door is open for a return.
Seriously?
Yeah. It came out probably yesterday.
Is he still in the sauce? Is he still drinking?
Probably.
But then they shouldn't sign this dude.
I have no clue, but I haven't been paying attention since the guy no-showed Impact.
Yeah, and then now you're going to pay him all this money if you re-sign him again where he can buy a whole lot more alcohol? Mm-hmm. That's bad news.
Yeah.
It's not like Ric Flair, except for...
that one time.
That one time. He can't hold his alcohol.
Sorry, Jim Ross.
Golly. Okay, let's talk about MLW real quick. There's word is they're introducing a new championship belt.
Ooh.
Could this be like a cruiserweight belt, or could it be like do they have a women's division? I haven't seen many women wrestle on that.
I haven't either. It may be kind of integrated.
Yeah. So what do you think this new championship belt's about?
With MLW, their other titles are kind of on the lines of like weight, right?
Yeah.
Like the first one's heavyweight. They got a light heavyweight. I don't know. I do see like maybe a cruiserweight. Maybe something smaller than that.
Right.
Or there are other championships of middleweight. But yeah, I would absolutely see a cruiserweight belt, or
Or I wonder if it's a belt that they share with that Mexican promotion.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Where the champion
nice
defends in
crossover.
both promotions.
Yeah. That would be
and then you bring up more Mexican wrestlers from the promotion to battle him on MLW.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah, I think so. And it would have like a Spanish name. Mm-hmm. The belt would have like a Spanish name and like the Mexican flag on one side, the USA flag on the other. And I think that'd be pretty dope.
The Mex-American Championship.
Yeah.
Like, who was it? Alberto in WWE when he came back. I don't remember who he was with. Maybe it was Zeb Coulter when he was with, but he had the Mex-American, the U.S. title. When he won the U.S. title, it was the Mex-American title. I thought that was cool.
You know who did that as well here in the Indies? You ever heard of the Mexican Giant?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he won the U.S. title in Oakdale. Mm-hmm. And for, at the time, it was Louisiana Championship Wrestling, but now it's Mid-South Championship Wrestling. He put a picture of the Mexican flag on the U.S. belt and called it the Mexican Championship. And that guy's great, too. He can get so much heat when he comes out. We have some great indie performers here in Southwest Louisiana.
So many.
From all the way from the promotions in Baton Rouge, all the way down here to Lake Charles, and in between. Oakdale, Mamou. There's some great indie talent around here. All right, let's talk about Cheap Heat real quick. Angle and Corbin. What in the heck was WWE thinking, Shawn?
I don't know.
Yeah, it almost leaves you speechless.
What? It may not even be Vince. You can't blame it all on Vince, I guess. But this feels like a Vince move.
But supposedly he has the final say on everything.
Yeah. This feels like a Vince move. This feels like, they obviously haven't trusted Corbin in the past, and they decide to give him this big general manager thing, and the ratings started crashing, and who they blame it on? They blame it on Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
You take responsibility for that. Don't blame it on Baron.
I don't know what it is about Baron because I don't get it. Mm-hmm. All I see is a dude that rips off a bunch of the big boss man moves. Mm-hmm. And I've never been into Baron Corbin, but apparently Vince loves him. Mm-hmm. And there was at one time supposedly a big push for this dude, but I guess they saw the WWE universe wasn't digging him, so they held back on it a little bit. But they, like you're saying, they still inject him into pertinent storylines where you're just like, oh God, why won't this guy just go away?
That's what I couldn't get. I couldn't get behind.
Yeah.
All through 2018, there's a Raw storyline with a shorter fellow. Oh, get Baron in there. He's perfect.
Yeah. And we were talking earlier, how in the world does this get out of the room with WWE Creative to be brought to Vince McMahon? How in the world does someone not have the big enough balls in that room to go, whoa, guys, we really need to think about this. This is Kurt's last match. We're going to give him Baron Corbin? We're not even going to call Cena and see if he wants to wrestle? I mean, it only makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Corbin wouldn't take anything from this. Hasn't he already beat Kurt?
I have no idea.
I think he has.
When Corbin's on, I flip.
That's true.
So I wouldn't even know.
I think he already has a victory over Kurt from, one of the past pay-per-views, but he gains nothing from this.
No.
Kurt gains nothing from it beating him.
Right.
Give him John Cena. Just give the people what they want. This is the only time people have adamantly requested John Cena.
Yeah. And like Patrick was saying earlier this week, Chicago was chanting for John Cena. If that doesn't tell you something. So we're here now that WWE is reconsidering.
They're reconsidering. It only took them 3 days of being harassed.
And I don't know how they didn't have the foresight to see this was a bad move to begin with. But I think now, after you've had the whole Corbin debacle here, I think you have to give him Cena.
Yeah.
Because they're saying Cena is going to have a match at WrestleMania. They just don't know the opponent yet. You have to know the opponent. It's got to be Kurt Angle.
It's got to be Angle. It's got to be Angle, or Angle could just leave again. That'd probably be better for his career.
Yeah. One of the greatest videos I saw of Kurt Angle was when his wife locked him out of the car. Did you see that?
Oh, my God, yes.
She was driving away.
Yeah.
He was like, open the door. Okay, it's not funny. That was funny. So hopefully they give him Cena. All right, let's talk about David Starr.
This man, okay. Overlooked for the past 2 years.
Yes.
Okay. He finally gets his shot at Ring of Honor. It is amazing. I can't believe it. Against Jay Lethal.
Yes.
In Israel. For the belt.
Yes. And if you guys haven't heard the promo yet that is causing all this cheap heat,
it's amazing.
He deleted it because apparently people at ROH were not pleased. And you're going to hear why right now.
Ring of Honor Wrestling is a stalwart of pure professional wrestling in an industry that is monopolized by sports entertainment. And their standard bearer, Jay Lethal, is the man that I'm wrestling. But no, I'm not wrestling you, am I, Jay? I'm not wrestling you. I'm wrestling Black Machismo. So why don't you just do it, Jay? Why don't you just spit in my face? Why don't you just disrespect me? Because that is absolutely a complete and total joke. Something else that's a joke is that Ring of Honor Wrestling used to represent pure, independent, professional wrestling instead of representing a far right-wing, extremist, corporate propaganda machine. Do you think it was some kind of cute publicity stunt to let the little Jew boy get a flight to Israel to wrestle for your championship? Is that what you thought? Did you think that? Because no, I'm not wrestling for your championship because I'm a Jewish kid in Israel. I'm wrestling for your championship because I'm one of the best independent professional wrestlers on the planet. Sinclair Broadcasting, you think you're doing me a favor by having me wrestle for your championship in the homeland? No, because it's not just the homeland for me because I'm a Jewish man. It's supposed to be the homeland for everybody. It's supposed to be a place where we can all seek peace and refuge. It's supposed to be a place that doesn't deprive its citizens of basic civil human rights. But you know what? I'll take the favor, man. I will. Sinclair Broadcasting, I'll take the bone you're throwing at me because on the morning after April 21st, you will have to wake up to your worst nightmare. You'll have to wake up to the fact that your championship is now represented by a progressive Jew named David Starr.
That dude can cut a scorcher.
Jesus Christ.
Like, you want to talk about a shoot promo? That looked as real as it can get.
Shooting from the hip. Absolutely.
That looked like he was airing out a lot of stuff that he felt for a long time. And it just so happened to be Jay Lethal catching it to the chin and Sinclair Media.
And he's been climbing that ladder, that indie ladder, for 2 years, man. Nobody will want to give him a chance.
Yeah.
And you could absolutely chalk it up to politics. It's easy to do that.
Yeah. And I get the whole thing that he's saying about Black Machismo and that being a slap in his face because Jay Lethal isn't going to be defending his belt.
Right.
But give me Black Machismo any day of the week. I love that gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about it.
Oh,
but I get what he's saying, though. So I wonder if he's still going to show up as Black Machismo since he called him out on it.
We'll have to get Matt Jackson to slap his shoulder and see what happens.
But, I mean, all right, so apparently when he was throwing all this shade on Sinclair, they said, hey, if you don't pull this off of Twitter, Jay Lethal's not going. And all this money that this promotion spent on, booking this match and publicizing this match, they're going to lose it all because we ain't sending Jay. What do you think about that kind of move?
That's cheap.
Yeah.
That's cheap for Sinclair. Like, you can't have a real character nowadays. You can't. Mm-hmm. It has to be written. It has to be all prettied up now.
Right.
Why? Let this man air his grievances.
Yeah.
Let him feel. Like, this is his first shot at a world championship. Like I said, he's been going at it for 2 years.
Yeah.
Everywhere. He's gone to England. He's gone all through Europe. Man, this guy could not catch a break even there.
Yeah.
He finally gets to the States and finds some company willing to give him a world championship shot.
Well, he fought for the NWA championship on
Yeah,
that
he
Aldis
did.
World
He
Tour.
did.
Screw you, Nick Aldis.
Oh.
Yeah, that dude. He has no backbone. He blocked us on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah, we got into a little cheap heat ourselves with Nick Aldis on Twitter. We don't have time to go into it.
No.
But he showed his true colors.
Yeah.
Grow some skin.
Yeah.
Grow some skin, Sinclair Media. I mean, if you let this go, like, imagine, I mean, obviously it's still big news.
Yeah.
But imagine
Huge.
if you would have just let it roll with it.
Yeah.
And then you would have had Jay
Huge.
throw the Black Machismo thing at him again with a promo, and you guys just go back and forth. Imagine the build-up. Because you want to get butt hurt, you just put a kibosh on the whole thing. Man. Which sucks for David Starr.
Yeah.
Because obviously, ROH and Jay Lethal can get nothing out of this match.
Yeah.
The only person that could get anything out of it would be David Starr.
Good. All eyes on him. And,
You want to talk about, putting something on Fight TV.
yeah.
You guys go in a joint venture to put it on Fight TV. Imagine how much money you could have made off of this. Mm-hmm. Everybody wanted to see what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Start AEW.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. All right, Shawn, thank you so much for coming by, dude.
Oh, my God. This was so fun.
Yeah, it was a blast. I always love having people in here that have like a lot of knowledge of the industry, because then that's like we could bounce around. Because like I was saying, I'm not good at keeping a format. That's more Patrick's thing.
Yeah.
We could bounce around and you could just keep up.
Yes, absolutely. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's free flow, man.
Yeah.
That's why I feel so comfortable.
Yeah, awesome, man. So, Shawn, thank you for coming by. Again, FTW, Saturday, March 31st at the Lake Charles Civic Center. Like them on Facebook to search Full Throttle Wrestling.
Come by.
Yes. Yes.
Come tell me how bad I am at this.
Hey, Shawn, do this for me.
Yeah.
The last few times that you haven't been there, the ropes have been a little slack.
I do not touch the ropes.
Maybe like when one of the like wrestling dudes come in, you should have them run the ropes.
Oh my God. I actually tried to get one of the kids right after we got done setting up. When we were in Moss Bluff, right after we got done setting up, I was like, and he probably knew nothing about, anything.
Yeah.
And he was just helping out Teddy. He was a nice guy, I'm pretty sure he was a part of the Christian youth group. And I was like,
yeah,
hit the ropes, brother. He was like, what? I was like, hit the ropes. Hit the ropes.
Because we need somebody to run the ropes.
Yeah.
So that they can say, okay, yeah, they're good, or, well, these are way too loose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in town.
Yeah.
Because you said
I hope
you
so.
may not be in town, possibly.
Yeah, I might miss the setup, but if I do, I'm going to bring Teddy and all the boys a big old cake.
Nice.
Yeah.
He comes bringing food. I'm sure that's going to make everybody happy.
Yes. It's going to put me over, brother.
And that's what life is about, getting over.
Getting over.
All right. Check us out online, AverageMarks.com. Thank you so much for listening. Shawn, again, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Average Marks. And again, if you're looking for some awesome streetwear from, and speaking of that, Al Snow's OVW just got signed with Impact. As
Developmental.
their developmental territory.
It's going to be so sick.
Collarandelbowbrand.com. Use our promo code at checkout, The Average Marks, for 10% off your order.
I'm
All
just
right.
an average mark. Average mark.
For Shawn, I'm Mikey O. We're out of here.
You've been listening to the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast with Michael Leander and Patrick Fry. All opinions discussed in the show are those of the Average Marks and do not represent any wrestling company, organization, or individual. For more information on the show, follow us on Twitter and iTunes. AMP is a proud member of the Roar Network, powered by thegorillaposition.com.